Hey, welcome back. And if it's your first time joining, welcome. So today I'm going to be telling you a Bible story about a woman named Abigail and her husband Nabal. This story also involves David, yes, the famous King David. So back in the day, David was running away from Saul because Saul wanted to kill him. So he was there living out in the wild, and he met some shepherd who were taking care of their master's sheep. Their master was Nabal. Nabal was a very wealthy man, right? So he had a lot of sheep, and they were out there taking care of them. And David is a bad man, and nobody would dare touch anything that belongs to David. So David decided that he's going to be helping out these shepherds to care for their master's sheep. And he and his men, they did help. Now, some time passed, and David, it was the time that they were sharing the sheep. And whenever they're sharing sheep, there was this big festival and feast, right? And so David decided that he's going to send up to Nabal to ask for some of the food, because they're out in the wild. They cannot, provide everything that they need. And I took care of your sheep when your men were out here, so why not? I'm going to send for some food from you. So that's what David did. So he sent one of his men, or some of his men, up to Nabal and said, while your shepherd were out here taking care of your sheep, I assisted, and no harm was done to them. I ensured that everything was okay with them. So could you send us some food? Send me some food. Nabal was also a very arrogant man. So he was like, how dare this person send and tell me that he wants food? How many slaves are running away from their masters. I don't know if this one is a slave. I'm not going to send him anything. Let him know I'm not going to send him anything. And so David's men went back to David with the message. Luckily, one of Nabal's servants heard and went and told his wife that, hey, when we were out there in the field, David watched over us and nobody could touch us or touch anything that belonged to Nabal. And he has sent now to get some food. And our master has chased away David's men. Abigail was like, what? Okay, you know what? Nabal's name? Nabal stands for fool. He's a fool. So pack up some food. And they packed up several donkey loads of food and decide that they're going to take it down to the fields and give them to David. Now, when David's servant went back with the message to say that Nabal had chased him away and said that he's not going to give him anything, David instantly became filled with anger. And David said, guess what? Come, pack up. We're going up there and we're going to kill every single person in Nabal's household. And so they saddled up and decided that they're going up to kill everybody at Nabal's house. Probably it's a palace because he was wealthy, And they went on their way. So Abigail was on her way now to give David the food, right? And they met up halfway. And Abigail said, I heard what has happened. And here I am with all of this food, several donkey loads of food for you to choose from. I am so sorry. That man is an idiot. So take all of this food. David said, oh my gosh, luckily you have come to meet me, because I promise you that nothing at all would be saved up by Nabal's house today. I was on my way to kill off everybody. So Abigail said, God has led me to give you this food. So don't put yourself in any problems. Just take the food, and I'm really sorry, because that man, he's an idiot. Just like his name says, he's an idiot. So you just take this food. And so David did that. Abigail went back, and when she went back, she saw that Nabal was up there in so much merriment. He was drunk, right? And he fell down a few days later. And you know what happened to him? He died. And so, as a result of Abigail's kindness, David did not have to sin himself by killing off everybody. And eventually, David and Abigail, they got married, but that's for another story. I'll tell you that story some other time. All right? Thank you for listening. And you can find this story in the book of Samuel. I will put all the chapters in the description below. Thank you.